yellow-bellied, sniveling, cowardly people. Pastor Smith and Pastor Klein will go up in those drug houses. Okay? I've seen Pastor Smith's life be threatened in the crack house. And I feared before he did. And I came from that environment. My folks were on drugs. My house was the crack house. I had crack in my diapers, okay? But this man right here did not fear because he had a mission. So you have to decide that you're going to fulfill those things that you must fulfill, regardless. The disciples carried swords. The children of Israel were strong warriors. But yet people in Islam are proud. They're proud and they're bold and they stand up like they're proud of it. But we too proud. Hey, God bless you, man. Yeah, oh man, look, God's been so good to me. We don't want to talk that because it makes us seem weak. Oh, you a church boy? I'm not a church boy. I'm a man of God. We must stand up for right. We must surrender ourselves, not worry about ourselves. There was a situation my wife and I got into. Man was beating his ex up. Okay? Kids in the middle of the street. I try to mind my business, go around, couldn't get around the kids. Wife said, get them kids out the street. So we try to talk to the brother. Let's get the kids out the street, bro. This and that. He still was insisting on beating on her. I'm trying to talk to him. Bro, this and that. I had to revert back to who I was for a moment. You see what I'm saying? For the greater good. You see what I'm saying? I had to step to that brother and say some things that I really, uncomfortable with saying nowadays. But I had to do it. That warrior had to come out of me. It was all for the glory of God. Lord forgive my language, but I had to get through to the brother, let him know. You see what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to face me. You know where you get to her. You see what I'm saying? People say, no, you mind your business because you don't never know what people got out here and what kind of things people carry and what they can do. What can they do to me? I can't do nothing to me. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But we must stand up for right. We're going to be ostracized for it. Look what's going on in the world. Spirit of homosexuality. Okay? You had kids in the sport team that are so good that referees are restricting them to a certain amount of points. So the other kids can feel like they're adequate. No. If it's going to be 30-0, it's going to be 30-0, and those kids that got 0 are going to practice. They're going to pick themselves up, they're going to practice, and they're going to get it right. You see what I'm saying? We're pacifying our children. They're telling us what's right and what's wrong. Since when right and wrong changes? Right and wrong doesn't change, but we get ostracized for it. But you got to take it. You got to take it. What servant is greater than his master? We got a lot of things that we got to go through. Just because we're here, things are not going to immediately get easier for us. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that we heaped on to ourselves, a lot of things that we did to friends, family, loved ones. You see what I'm saying? People see us in a certain light, but God sees us in a different light. You see what I'm saying? So we must press and press and press and just walk that path, that narrow path, until other people see it. You see what I'm saying? Because we done let our people down so many times. People don't trust us. You see what I'm saying? We done stole from people. We done physically hurt people. You see what I'm saying? Now we up here claiming to be men of God. It sounds like an oxymoron, but it ain't. David was a murderer. But the Bible considers him a man after God's own heart. Right. Solomon had 700 wives and maybe around 300 concubines. You see what I'm saying? The children of Israel carried swords. They had blood on their hands. These are people that seen the miracles and the workings of God. They seen it. The disciples, they walked with Yeshua. They seen his miracles. But yet, he was denied. They fled from him. Well, they fled for their lives when he was taken up. They didn't understand that it was his time. So how much more are we going to have to go through? You see what I'm saying? We haven't seen these things. They've seen these things and still fell. So we're going to fall. Don't be ashamed. You see what I'm saying? Our support system is here. If Russ fall, he has me. If I fall, I have y'all. And it happens. I'm not going to hide it. I'm too real to hide it. If I fall, Pastor asks me to get up here, I'm going to tell him exactly why. But I'm not going to get up here. This is life or death. This is serious. This is not a game, something to dress up for on Sundays. I'm going to sit up in the church to get my blessings. No. You sit up here and get instructions. We encourage each other. The work is out there. Okay, this is the boot camp. The real war is out there. When you broke and you say, I could do it this way, guaranteed to make a buck that way. But you don't do it. My flesh hungers for this right here. But she ain't no good. Not gonna do it. We never get it and keep it. It's a daily thing. For the rest of your lives, you're gonna fight with the same things. Your wants, your desires, the things that we feel as though we need. You deal with it every day. My hands are tattered, my body and my back is aching right now because I do it the right way. But I could go sit on the stoop and make more. To die every day. To die every day. Life is a you know what. We know life is a you know what. But we got to deal with it. We got to stand up and we got to deal with it because we are a visible representation. I always say this. We're a visible representation of an invisible God. Yes. So if somebody wants the joy that I have, right? They say, you know what, bro, like when you live your life, you got your wife, you got your kids, you got this and that and that. Show me God. Amen. I just got to befriend them and bring them into my life so they can see how I move and how I operate. Because they can't see God. And they don't have them on the inside like they should. They haven't let them in. You see what I'm saying? And if they didn't let them in, they really can't experience. The only way they can experience it is through you. That's why he said, I'll make you fisher of men. You see what I'm saying? It may seem dishonest, but a fisherman always has bait. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think he took the fish and the loaves? Because he understood that he had a whole congregation of hungry people. They don't want to hear about such as the kingdom of God. Yeah, God's going to do this. He commanded you to do this, commanded you to do that. Their stomachs are hurting. He had the knowledge and sense to know. He said, oh, this is what the people need. They need physical food. So he brought them physical food. You see what I'm saying? That's why in ministries, we meet the people's needs and some of the people's wants. You see what I'm saying? We have to sell ourselves to them. You see what I'm saying? Before you can sell God to anybody, you have to sell yourself. What did God do to you? What type of person did he make you? That's what they're looking at. It's like the same way when a friend of mine, he said, you know what, I got this investor, man. It seemed like a really good thing, but what I'm going to do is, I know how our people are. I'm going to see if it's legit, see if this thing work. You see what I'm saying? And we all sat back. And once he seen that thing work, and we seen that it was working for him, we moved on. The same example that you guys got to set. You got to have that joy in your life. You got to have that peace in your life. You have to react like people don't expect you, because the first thing people are going to do is watch your reactions. People are going to tell, oh, you a man of God now. You got your little beanie thing on your head. I see you got your little scarf thing on there. We'll see. But then when the boy say something that he knows will set you off, you know, in the past, he want to see if that's still going to set you off. Yeah, you a man of God. You see what I'm saying? They know the difference. They know the difference. You see what I'm saying? So we have to show them the difference. And it's not being weak. You see what I'm saying? A man takes the hard way out. Man don't take the easy way out. You know, it's easy to run up in somebody. Listen, I've been training martial arts all my life. I can run up in somebody's stuff and get instant gratification. Like he was popping fly to the board. Manny, two-piece team, everybody know not to mess with Manny. But what Manny had to do it God's way. He had to do it the hard way. Okay? Guy slightly above me, the head electrician, the job, always finds a crash dummy, somebody to talk down to. And we got into a heated argument, and I said, you know what? Oh, we pump my brakes and flip the script. I said, come on here, let me talk to you. He said, look, man, he's a brother in Christ. You see what I'm saying? He's a good guy, but I guess the stress and the pressure of the job. So I told him, I said, bro, I would never talk to you like that. I would never talk to you like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you telling me to do this, I do it. I come here on time. I'm sitting out there before anyone get here. I would never do that to you, man of God. I called him a man of God. I would never do that to you. You had to straighten up and fly right. As they say in the military, straighten up and fly right. Get it right. Get it together. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this is a serious thing. We have to take this out there. We have to put people on that hill like, what? What? Russ ain't run up in that boy mouth for saying that. I know Russ ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Real recognize real. And I'm talking real. I'm not talking churchy. You see what I'm saying? This is about spirituality. This is about connection. What type of connection do you have with your Lord and your Savior? You see what I'm saying? And what effect has it in your life? Because there are people that are on the borderline. They're on the fence. They're straddling the fence. I'm gonna see what Jocelyn gonna do because I heard she was going to this ministry and this and that, and she was talking all these good things about it. Let's see how her life turns out. See how she reacts towards her husband. How that relationship is. And people want it. That's how you become fisher of men. You see what I'm saying? God's gonna give you some things, but they're not for you. You see what I'm saying? But enjoy those things. But you have to represent. You have to represent. You can't misrepresent the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? That's why I tell people about my position, about how I'm a man of God, even on my work site. Not to boast, but they hold you to it. Right. That's the way I trick myself into staying right. I could go up on the work site and I don't tell them nothing about who I am and what I do. And they could be talking about girls, and I can say, yeah, this, such and such, this and that and that and that. I could get on, talk with them. They don't think nothing of it. But when I got it, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let them know I have a wife, I have a ministry, I'm a man of God. And when they talking I dare not get up in that conversation unless I change that perspective. You see what I'm saying? He talking about hoes and bees and all that stuff, and that's what's hot. That's the hot topic. See, but the thing is, when God gives you wisdom, you can minister to people in an untraditional manner. Just get into the conversation. Really? Oh, you got all these bees and all these ages? Oh, really? I said, but they don't amount to one wife. You see what I'm saying? That's what it means to be a man. You see, you have to have your own perspective. You can't take the world's perspective and have the world respect you. The world gonna say, hey, we're gonna go do this. And then you be like, nah, they gonna be they talking trash, they ostracize you. But one by one, when they have issues, when they have problems, they knew that you real because when it came down to it, you did not falter. And those same guys that ran out and did this to that person, did that to that person, they get you along and say, oh, brothers, I need to talk to you. That's when you know you're a fisher of men. You got them. You see what I'm saying? Amen. Sometimes it's lonely, but you need to stand up, your chest out, your chin up.